catch a break, taking out your busy schedule. We thank you so much. And we appreciate you, family and friends also, and those that's listening, coming on to listen to Can't Catch a Break. You can poll us, POLL, or you can subscribe or interact, or you can monetize us. Just click the tabs. Yes, and you can leave a voice message on our homepage. We'd love to hear from you. But tell us what you think. Just appreciate you. Thank you again. We're discussing on our topics. You see various topics I have. We talk episodes. We talk on many issues, especially when it comes to life issues. These are the things that we're facing every day of our life. Some things everyone faces different, but there's a way. There's hope. There's ways that we can get through this in a positive way. Okay, the faith, the trust, the prayer, and God. That's one of them. There's a lot more that will be done with the help of God. So, on today's episode, let me refresh and say something to everyone that's listening. I'm a paid. I mean, it is a subscribe. You can subscribe to the podcast. A donation. My episodes, some of them will be subscribe. You have to subscribe to, because I guess I'm in step study. And these are things that we need to hear. I'm not just talking off the top of my head. I'm talking about facts, studied, learned, been there. Okay, some things. Okay, wasn't always a Christian. Okay, so I can relate. As a Christian, I can relate. It's always a natural side before there's a spiritual side first. Okay, first natural, then spiritual. Okay, all right. So let's go. I want to say this. Let's talk about something that's very important here. If you hear me like dim now, it's my mic. I mean, really, but I'm working at it. I'm working to get this technical difficulty fixed. Well, on today's episode, this will be this will be episode 1. Okay, this is very important for our men and women, Christian or non-Christian. There's a lot of abuse, neglect going on. A lot of cheating from everywhere, it looks like now. And they're bold about it. The men's are. Yeah, the men's are. So I'm calling you men's are, because our men's, along with women, but the men's has been very, very just going out of hand. And I know a lot of them will say, well, it ain't me. Okay, some. I say some. I take the word a lot back. But some have been abusive, they've been neglecting, and they've been cheating, they've been committing adultery, they've been doing things, some of them has been bold with it. So it's time, to talk about it. Yeah. And some things, like I say, if it's not a married the date of God, then sex outside marriage, it's a sin. So it's the Bible. Now I'm not here to judge, I'm not going to be critical, but that's the Bible. Okay, let's get that straight. Okay, let's talk about and then like I said, it's husband and wife. Okay, that's a God-ordained marriage, husband and wife. He didn't say. He didn't say who's who when it comes to man to man. He didn't say, he don't agree with that, or woman to woman, he don't agree with that. So let's get that straight. Because I know it's been going on for, a long time. I'm not the judge. God's going to judge it. I'm not a judge. I'm not a judge. Remember that. Read the Bible for yourself. I tell everybody, read the Bible for yourself. It's between you and God. But what the Bible says here, that's what it says. But you have to answer to God. I'm not a judge. I'm not going to be critical. I'm just talk about the facts. Okay, now let's go to the things that are happening, in this episode. I want to talk about how men, it all started to me when a man goes to work, a man comes home, a woman's at home. and it could be his wife, or say if he wasn't married. But here's the thing is, what's happening. You want this, they try to say 50-50 rule, 90-40 rule, 100, all these little rules that, that doesn't line up. Because when it comes to that, cleaning your house, okay, a man and a woman, when it comes to that, okay, you want a clean house, right? You don't want a dirty house, right? Okay. And every time the men come home, some of these men, they come home, they think that a woman is supposed to be doing all the work. And see, I have to disagree with you on that, because a woman shouldn't have to do all the work, even though you work, okay, as a man. But you still, you can do laundry, you can cook, you can clean stuff too. Okay. So I think it's very sad that men thinks that because they got a job in a woman's home that she do all the cooking and cleaning. Okay. No. Okay. You can do some stuff. Do you want a dirty house? Okay. The woman is the more feminine, the gentle, okay, the soft. Okay. It's not it's teamwork. Okay. It's showing that you care too. Okay. Help out. Let the ego go. Stop thinking that, you can't do nothing, which you can. Okay. So have a heart. You say you love her. You say you love her. Husband and wives, that should be 100% agreement. You're married. Okay? Men, come on. You can do that. Because you're making money and all that. Come on. Swallow your pride. Swallow your pride, man. Help that woman. Help your wife out. And those that are not married, okay? I can see why some of men that are not married, they see because they see different. Some men see different because their mindset is not there. It's not married. Some see different. They're not married, so some men talk like that. Some men full of ego. Same as some that are married talk like that. But I say this as a man, okay, as growing up, okay, I witnessed men helping their wives, or helping out in the house, period, cleaning, cooking, cleaning stuff, okay? So, men, you can do it, okay? And another thing I found out is really about men who date women, don't you respect women, because there's a lot of factors. If you're married, if you ain't married, okay, the dating game too, okay? Men's, because of the relationship they had before they met that person, they probably ran into some things and they didn't like. So they go into relationships when they get someone else, and because of the things that they left back in the relationship before that, they bring into this relationship when they're dating. So now they got their guards up. Not saying as a woman too, but the men, so how the rest of the men can be. And they do things like that when it comes to that. If a disagreement happens, especially like a younger man in their 20s, okay, or they have a previous relationship and it didn't go right, but now they into another relationship, they're dating. So, and now I'm just giving examples of those that are dating and how some of because of what happened to them, how they grow, how their mindset is. They start by when it comes to arguments, dating, and they start using the derogatory words toward that lady, that woman, petty insults, okay? Saying things that's inappropriate to the person that they're dating, which is wrong. Okay, you shouldn't bring something that you had from a previous date that you was dating because it didn't work out, and now you got your guards up, and now there's an argument, some disagreement, you decide to go off and say, just in the state of mind, talking to that woman like that, and she's being respectful to you, and you're up here going off and all that, and you're using inappropriate language to her, calling her name and all that, because you're taking on that attribute of that attitude from the last relationship. Check it out, okay? Same as older adults, men, okay? They have, and then not only that, the married couple. Let's talk about the married couple. Let's say the ones that are dating to get remarried or engaged, okay? Or anyway, get both, okay? Now you start seeing things that you don't like, and you looking at the fact is that you're dating, and you start, seeing things you don't like, and start talking to the woman in a respectful manner. You hitting around with the language, being offensive. Okay? Now, if you don't want to be involved with someone, like that, you don't want to be involved with someone like that because it's a sign of trouble. Okay, they're showing you exactly from your last relationship how they bringing it over in here, and now to a point where, in some women, and I'm going to say this to the women, you do not let a man talk about you, call you names, nasty names, all because of what he have, okay, or what or what you have. Or he might have some more. He might have still no. You don't have to accept that. You if he can't respect you, then you need to get away from it. You won't be involved with something like that, okay? Especially men, because men can be aggressive. Men can go into another level of disrespect to a woman. Okay, so make sure when you're dating this man, you're engaged to whatever, that respect. Okay, respect. Don't separate anything. Okay, and then another thing, you have to be careful. Okay. Really, you gotta see what's going on, with him. Because something else could be, people got hidden passes. Men bring stuff and they don't tell one another. And until it's too late. So be watchful, be smart, be wise. Okay. Another thing is like that. And the thing is, if you find a man treating his mother, like nothing, okay? You see his mom, you see how he talks to his mom, if you've been around him, if you ever meet his mom, if you see how he treats his mom, what do you think how he gonna treat you? That's a red flag. I said, okay. So he won't treat you no better if he's doing it in front of you, and then going to his mom, and you witnessing this. So why would you want to date him? Okay. So that's why men do what they do. They don't respect women. You know them kind. Okay. Another one is, so down the line, if he asks you something he shouldn't be asking you anyway. Okay. And now sometimes women have menstrual cycles, and sometimes they don't feel good. And sometimes they might say things. Sometimes sometimes they you got to know a woman if you're dating long enough, and if y'all respecting each other, if he respecting you, the way he treats you and all that, then and you have your menstrual, he'll be more kind. He won't be trying to blame you for something that you have no control over. It just happens. Okay, so he don't care about your feelings. Okay, so those are the ones you want to avoid too, because it can be heated, it can turn bad. Okay, so watch out for that. I'm just leaving some pointers, y'all. Don't just want to share with y'all, everybody out there that's listening, and then if you act like I found out, I watched just seeing how some talk, men talk, young people talk, young guys. They act like, he's he said, you need him. Okay. You can't make without him. But some women, believe it or not, they are vulnerable like that. They just go for it, Okay. They think that they can't make it without him. So he takes advantage of that. These are men now, I'm telling you. These are men. They will exploit. Men will exploit your weaknesses because their feelings. Some men don't have feelings. They don't have, and they do things like that. Okay, they treat you like property. Okay, not your companion. Remember that. Because then he can talk to you and he get away. He can, he'll think that, and he knows he'll think that he said what he wants to do. Okay? Or will try to even fight you when he'll respect you. Okay? And some women will allow it. And the woman shouldn't. You need to leave him. If he's gonna put your hands on you, okay? Leave him. Don't take that. Why? That ain't love. I mean, come on. What else going on? Especially if you're married. I'm talking about Christians. We know better than that. Okay? You pray about who you want God to send your way. You pray if you're in a situation you're in. You never know. You pray about stuff. Okay? So you don't need to put up with it. You need to let them go. Because your life, can change drastically. I'm sorry, drastically. It could change that. See what I'm saying? It could change drastically. Okay, your life can change drastically all because you think that it's love. That's not love. Man shouldn't be putting all his hands on you. He don't respect you. Okay, if you don't respect his mom, he don't respect you. Okay, and if you give into thinking it's love, then you're wrong. Okay. And then if he start talking about another woman, okay, all right, about the way they dress, I see her. She just way better than some of these women. She conduct herself and all that this way. She just dress. I mean, really, and that's a cover up. Okay. He got, because he's lusted after other women. But he's using that, to a front where I try to tell you that in the way he's selling that you dress, so even though he's lusting at another woman, he he's in a way being slick, so yeah. So if he's threatened by you, I mean, because you dress or you look nice, or and he see another woman he wants you to dress like them or whatever, then he's lusting. His intention is not no good. Okay? Alright? So, you're a woman. You do what's best for you. Okay? Not because he has a muscle problem or you dress a certain way like this other woman, then you don't need to be with him either. Okay? And I want everybody to realize that what I'm talking to you about, young and old, okay, that this is happening in America today, all over the world, that the way these men are treating women. Okay, someone told me they've been married for like 50 years, and it's to talk to them about, explain the do's and don'ts. They ain't getting no advice. Men are not getting advice. Okay, they getting all this old fake advice, like being, this is the way you handle it. See, these men being around people that been through that, that been married through the thick and thin, for better, for worse. They getting all this old jive talk. Okay. And then another thing is that don't be a sex. You don't to be with a man unless she gonna marry you. Okay, save your body. And you want to be with him the rest of your life, save your body. Don't let no man, kind of man, telling you that, because he give you stuff and you're dating him. I was a Christian or non-Christian that you supposed to give him sex. No, you don't. No. That's not the way. No. You're not a one-night stand. You're not someone that say, I'm just going to do this because, I like him and I love him. But at the same time, though, think about your life. Think about what you're doing right now. Okay? And it's just because he gives you stuff, and if he don't respect you as a woman. He think what I want. Okay? No. You're not just and as married man, I can't just treat my wife like this. I want this, I want that. Okay? There's a way to be compassionate, affectionate, intimacy. There's things you do as a married man. She's not know anybody. She's not no slave. She's not that. You respect that woman. Christians, okay? And see, when people are not respectful, they do anything, they say things, they give off signs, okay? Then they do things the wrong way. And some men have a way of forcing themselves on women to a point where, because they gave that woman a lot of things, but they deserve sex. But that's not the way it is. Okay? Alright? If you're dating and then you want to get married, I can see that. That's the only way. Okay? Until you're married, that's the only way. I know a lot of people have broken that. They couldn't wait till they were married. And then they wind up being with someone that really was abusive. And they got them pregnant. And all of a sudden they gone now. And they got what they want. Because he didn't respect you from the get-go. Okay? Yeah. Condescending men. Got a lot of condescending, some condescending men, okay? Yeah. So, he likes to do things. He's still, when you block it, He want to undermine. He want to talk in a condescending manner. Like you don't know nothing. You don't need that kind of man either in your life. Yeah, men, they know how to talk smooth. They know how to talk all, gift or gab. They tell what you want to hear, but yeah, they'll toss you to the curb in a minute for another woman. Be careful, okay? Even the men that you're married to, that's in church, if they acting like that, being timid, being bossy, then hey, you gotta talk about it. Share it with your leader. No pastor should be, even the pastor shouldn't be bullied to his wife. Okay, make her timid. Okay, well, in the church or out of church. No, it shouldn't happen. I mean that somewhere you are not loving like you should. And the kids, if they got kids as a pastor, the kids see that. And the kids stop it. Well, I know he was like that at home. So the church, he's a different person. Okay? So be careful. Don't let no man, I don't care. That goes to anybody. Right. So show you respect. Okay? Yeah. So I just want to share that. And then it's another thing. Don't never let no man put his hands on you. I don't care who you, I don't care, leave him alone. The minute you start seeing those signs of disrespect, okay, get out. Find a way. If you're afraid, talk to somebody. Don't look, okay, go, okay, flee. You need to be around that. Okay, you can be in a relationship with a person 6 months down the line, you start seeing this stuff, he want to fight you, his hands on you, and y'all dating and all that, and no, leave. That's not love. And the thing is, don't put up with it. Seek support. Don't be fearful. Tell somebody. So many women, because they can tell no one, they was in a relationship, dating down the line. Okay, the men start hitting on them. To the point, that's what they didn't even get married, but they still with the woman because she said that's love. That's not love. Because women have lost their lives because of men. Okay? Let's be wise. There's also going to be an episode number 2 on this. I want you to describe this because there's some point facts that's going on in the church as a Christian and out of the church. For those that's not a Christian. Okay? So we want to expose anything that's not right for women to be respectful and not be treated like trash or be as a symbol or just an instrument. Men have to respect women, love women. Okay? Okay, so God created man and woman, okay, to be fruitful and multiply. So that's how it's supposed to be. All right. Well, thank you all for listening to Can't Catch a Break. Tell me what you need to hear from you. Your voice messages, need your feedback, and these are solutions that we're going to talk about of making a successful marriage, successful dating. Okay. So catch me again. Okay. Thank you for listening. Catch a break. Remember, we love you. We wish you the best always. Just thank you so much for listening. You'd like to subscribe, you can, please do. Okay, let's interact. Let's talk. I need to hear from you. All right. So Can't Catch a Break. Thank you for DJ and Dr. Shaw. We can be solutions. Let's be part of a solution, not part of the problem.